gave you more than I gave to myself. You had me on a shelf, but now I'm somewhere else. I was bending, breaking, lost in your storm. Now I'm a hurricane in my purest form. You tried to play me like a fool, had me doubting my worth. Nah, I flipped the script on you, reborn from the dirt. You thought I stayed down? Nah, new mindset, I'm putting me first. This ain't no apology, this my reign. No more bowing down, I'm done with the games. Toxic love, no, I broke that spell. I'm the villain in your story, I wrote from hell. Messy goddess, fierce, wild, unleashed, untamed, not mild. Messy goddess, feel the fire in my eyes. No chains hold me, I cut all ties. Messy goddess, wild.
Welcome to the Mediocre Black Woman Podcast, the space where we side-eye perfectionism, embrace our humanity, and laugh through the chaos. Girl, trust me, you're in the right place. Hey y'all, I'm Thea, your host here at the Mediocre Black Woman Podcast. I've spent over a decade working in tech, leading learning and development projects, developing content for executives, and running corporate and consumer podcasts. So yeah, I'm highly qualified and just an all-around baddie. Let's keep it real. But here's the thing. I've spent my whole life as a high achiever, doing the most and still hitting those walls that we know too well, being overlooked, underestimated, and overworked. Like, my C++ work is somebody else's A++. And don't even get me started on having my ideas being taken or being spoken over in meetings. What really pushed me to start this show, though, was Kamala's loss in the election. It triggered something deep in me and in so many other high-achieving Black women I know. Seeing one of the most qualified candidates still not be enough for some people was a gut punch because it mirrors our experiences all too well. So this podcast is just for us, the women who are tired of carrying the world and still being told we're too much or we're not enough. It's a space to take the cape off, laugh through the chaos, and just be. So girl, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to the Mediocre Black Woman Podcast. What you're about to hear is just a little preview of this week's paid episode. To catch the full thing, join me over on Substack. Over there, you'll get the full episode, fun notes, longer posts, all the podcast episodes, and access to our subscriber chat. We've got free and paid tiers, so there's a way for everyone to stay in the loop. You can check all of this out and more in the show notes for today. Thanks again for listening, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Okay, so let me tell y'all about Randy. So he's an older white man, right? And you could tell that he took this job to just kind of, slide through, thought it was going to be an easy job, kind of, like no big deal. I'm just going to ride this one out and let everybody else around me carry me the way through, right? So, okay. Before the particular job that I was doing, in my background before, I have experience in creating business processes. So documentation, standard operating procedures, like I have vast experience in that. And so I had everything that I do documented, right? Because if I need help, I have to just, hand it off to someone, and I can't spend every step of the way. So my motto is the first time that somebody has to do something, I will walk through them with it. The second time that they have to do it, here's the process documentation. I do written and visual mapping of how each process should work, right? So because everybody's a different learning style. Now, I'm the type of person where if somebody tells me, hey, you have a deadline of Friday, right? And I'm not really sure on what to do, I go and try it myself a couple different ways. I try to research to see if there's another way to do it I'm not getting it. And then before the deadline, I make sure I get with that person and I'm like, hey, I tried this, and this, and I'm still stuck. Can you show me what I'm missing? That's how I come to people. And so it was frustrating when they knew I was training all these people and onboarding all these people, but they would come to me without having tried the actual documentation that I gave them, right? there's so many times I've been in situations at companies where there's been no documentation. I still try to figure it out, do something, you know? And they literally had it right there in front of them and still. So they waited until the ball had been dropped and the deadline had passed. And now they were scrambling to try to get this done and trying to get me to sit there and walk through it with them. And I was like, hey, did you try the process documentation first? Because in all fairness, here's the thing. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the process document that I made doesn't make sense to you because of how it's written. Because again, I do the process every day. So of course the process makes sense to me when you read it and you go through what you're supposed to do step by step. But Randy hadn't even looked at the process document, y'all. I was like, oh my God. So we finally go through the process of getting everything documented and he gets his task done. And then review time rolls around later, performance reviews, performance cycles. And so I wrote in his review, I was like, hey, don't wait until, and obviously I worded this differently because I'm telling you guys back. I don't remember how I said it. It was obviously more professional, but I was like, hey, don't wait until the deadline is passed. If you don't understand something, get time on my calendar. Let's make sure that you understand it all the way through, but don't let the deadline pass before you communicate that you're struggling with something, right? Well, child. So then he writes back in my review. Now, mind you, I had already told this to his face. It wasn't just like he saw it in the review and he didn't know, right? I already told it to his face. Don't wait. Get on my calendar. It's open. My calendar's always up to date. Get on it, Make sure your stuff is taken care of and that you're not, struggling because you let the ball drop, right? Especially when you have the resources in front of you. That's crazy work to me. So don't wait until it's too late, right? So anyway, we get to his written version for me on the performance review, and he writes back, thank you for all you do for the team, blah, 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 the fluff. I hate fluff, honestly. Just write the fucking review. Excuse me. Write the fucking review. Okay, anyway. Capricorn here. So y'all, Capricorn sun, y'all get it. I don't like the bullshit. Just get straight to the chase. Yeah, I do a lot for the team. Great. We know that. Now get to it. Anyway, so he goes, all the things that you do for the team, for your improvements, for your areas of opportunity, don't hesitate to nudge me if, things aren't getting done or there's a delay. Feel free to put time on my calendar if you see that I'm not, getting things done. Feel free to reach out to me. And I was like, why the fuck is that my responsibility to reach out to you if you don't know what the fuck to do? How am I supposed to read your mind? Bitch, what? Okay, sorry. That was how I actually felt in the moment. I was like, nope, professional gangster. Gotta keep it player, right? And so I'm just like, sir, ma'am, madam. What? How am I supposed to read your mind and know that you're struggling with something? That's not my problem.
Gave you more than I gave to myself. You had me on a shelf, but now I'm somewhere else. I was bending, breaking, lost in your storm. Now I'm a hurricane in my purest form. You tried to play me like a fool, had me doubting my worth. Nah, I flipped the script on you, reborn from the dirt. You thought I stayed down? Nah, new mindset, I'm putting me first. This ain't no apology, this my reign. No more bowing down, I'm done with the games. Toxic love, no, I broke that spell. I'm the villain in your story, I broke your hell. Messy goddess, fierce, wild, unleashed, untamed, not mild. Messy goddess, feel the fire in my eyes. No chains hold me, I cut all ties. Messy goddess.